How many people have heard of Monsanto's Roundup or glyphosate? A typical headline may read, glyphosate significantly increases the chance of cancer in humans, or Monsanto's Roundup is deadly and unsafe. Even though the US Environmental Protection Agency has concluded there is no evidence that glyphosate causes cancer, the headlines are a result of mass marketing efforts aimed to misinform consumers and alter policies. Why? We're not sure. Even though, as a result, several European countries have voted to ban glyphosate from farming practices, a product farmers rely on for cleaner crops, higher yields, and better economical returns. This is just one example of policies and regulations being put in place to affect agriculture production. So why does this matter? It is projected that by 2050, fruit production needs to almost double to feed the 9.1 billion people on Earth. Putting policies in place that reduce our ability to grow more food is counterproductive. So let's break it down. What exactly is glyphosate? It's salt. Imagine what would happen if you drank salt water and nothing else. You would die of dehydration because your body cannot process the levels of salt you are ingesting. This is exactly how glyphosate works. It's a salt solution sprayed on plants and essentially kills them because they cannot process the salt levels, just like humans would. For plants we want to survive, they're able to process the levels of salt being sprayed and produce food or food-related products. Pretty simple, right? What I've found in agriculture knowledge or understanding is slipping within our population. And when this happens, consumers become more disconnected from production practices and begin to oversimplify them in terms of either good or bad, leaving no room for compromise. Sounds familiar, right? In fact, only 3% of Canadians have a connection to a farm. The total population of Canada is 38 million people. 3% of that is the population of Saskatchewan. Think about how many people are out there classifying agriculture practices as either good or bad, with little background knowledge or experience. It's a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of the country. This is why I'm investigating how to effectively inform the urban population on agri-food production practices in Canada before more policies and regulations are put in place that harm our ability to feed the world's population. How am I looking to accomplish this? For decades, agriculture has lost the battle of mass marketing space and getting their message across. Scientific journals are far less exciting than major headlines that capture the audience's attention. My research is looking at agritourism as an experience for urban consumers to enter the farm and create an understanding of production practices straight from the source, and possibly counter the mass marketing noise that exists in the marketplace, and hopefully reduce the chance of agriculture policies that affect the farmer's ability to reach the 2050 global food production goals. The research being conducted is that of case study research methodology that will utilize qualitative data collection via semi-structured interviews, an existing agritourism site